Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just joined me today in the middle of... There's a bunch of books. I didn't process that. There was a nasty battle in here. We're currently at Bakarna's Observatory, and we're doing a mission here for someone. Bakarna, that's the one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Bakarna's Folly. Who asked me to come over here? The Circle of the Archmagi. Oh, right. It was the Arkemir. So, yeah, we also need to go back to Arkemir's place. Because I want to see... Not Arkemir's place, but that region. Because I want to see what the Creature Cleaver is all about. I don't know what's gonna... I don't know what that is gonna be. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully, for the animals as well. Oh, there's a warthog. Speaking of animals... we were also going south anyway to Nekataka. So, are we out of combat? Nope, we're still in combat. Okay, chanting more. There's gonna be a dragon. Oh yeah, oh, can you hear the dog? No, I sort of heard the dog a little bit, but anyway, yeah, it's not gonna last too long. Come here, and you're immobilized. Not paralyzed though. Oh well, I can do something. I could even turn you into my friend. For temporarily only though. Was the dog casting something? Or was that just rage? Because I think you have it as well. Maybe. No, who has it?
I'm listening.
That's the one. Wild Shot. Nah, probably wasn't the same ability. So what do we have over here? Is this the island? This enchanted diorama shows a different island than the one you landed on. A minuscule figure paces atop the stone tower. Yeah, we can barely see the tower, let alone the miniature figure. Oh man, these guys are everywhere, aren't they? Oh, that's a ranged character. Oh, yeah, fall back. Let them show up, because I think they're gonna go around. There's regenerating, and we're still in combat. There's doing things, and here, oh, that's what it is. The sound that I heard, I thought might have been the dog, is them doing something with their weapons for some reason. Not really sure why they mess with it during combat, but there you go. Good stuff. And we have a bunch of junk that we are gonna sell eventually. This was a really, really nasty combat for a no skull area. Yeah, I wonder if they rebalanced something or whatever. I have no idea, because before we were just going through one skull area, no problem, and killing 3 skull enemies. Just, you know, I mean, not no problem, but you know, we were doing it. Shroud of the Phantasm grants living illusions, which construct several illusory images of yourself, much like Phantom. No, what was it called in Dungeons and Dragons? There's a skill like this. These images have very little health, but will fight on your behalf and distract enemies. It might be the same one. Mind over matter, 1% chance to gain brilliant inspiration when receiving damage. And also mystical celerity. While affected by a mind inspiration, spells cast more quickly. Okay, that would be for Takeo, I would say. I'm not really sure if he's gonna use it, because does he have a cape? He does have a cape. Well, but that one is a unique cape. So, everybody... Not everybody has capes. Yeah. Living illusions.
Gladly accept. Go on, Captain.
Okay. Combat only. Once per rest? Tell me it's not once per rest. Summon a Takeo duplicate. Well, we're gonna give it a try.
The pleasure is mine.
In the very next combat, for sure. Okay. So that was on the secret thing, obviously. We also have things down there. I can't really understand what it is. Horses' heads, maybe? An inscription in the grimoire reads, Kalakoth's petrifying ink. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Kind of looks a little bit like horses' heads. With just enormous nostrils looking down. But it could be anything, really. And it could be something completely unrelated. And not a head at all. Dun, dun, dun. What do we have? We have one on the Fireforged path. What is that? The travels of Yadi Garrick Iltan, probably pronounced differently. Garish, I think it's Garish. I'm not really sure. Is this important? Would that I could have stayed with them a while longer, but alas, I could not deny my soul its journey, nor the whispers of my goddess in my ear. I took again to the road in search of churches, but I must admit I longed always after that tree. This is, Magrin. I think this was not in the original game. That book over there. I do not remember it. No, I don't claim that it is... that I'm an expert or anything at all the books in the first game. But I did pay some attention to it, and we have more information on the Leviathan. No. This volume it's a different thing. We have one similar thing to this though. Right there. Queen Onigatha's missive. Oh, okay. Well,
what can I do? Of course.
This is a quest item though. This volume records the text of a Juana constellation legend. One passage has been underlined. The Huntress leaped from her boat in time to see it splintered in half as the Leviathan brought down its mighty tail. I don't actually know what a Leviathan is. I don't think it's like a kraken. Of course, I've heard the word and I've used the word. There's even a band. The first time I heard it, it was from the band called Leviathan. Or is it an album? I don't know. I listened to the album. Anyway, the Moons of Aorta. This is an important thing. Oh, it's telling us about the thing, the Balafa and the Kaulda. And it doesn't tell us about the one that fell. Look up into the night sky and you'll see the moon. Ubiquitous, or maybe it does. What many people do not know, however, is that our world is actually orbited by 2 moons. That's the one. Okay, so it is actually orbited, but there's a moon that fell, and that one has a different name. So there were 3 moons to the thing, to the planet. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. That is, or efficacy, or whatever. That's a famous one. There's talking, I think, maybe. The Kingfisher. This volume records the text of a Juana constellation legend. When fog thickened over the path, the Huntress let out a piercing whistle and called for the Kingfisher, who hovered between her eyes and whispered of what lay ahead.
I can't.
And the Baratheon scripture, which of course is for Bareth. A lot of the books are mostly around the worship of each god and the stories surrounding them. True stories from the Living Lands. Also, of course, this one is in the first game as well. We discovered something right there. Give me a cape so that Shodi can have a cape. What do we have? We don't have a cape. We have a scroll of chain lightning. That sounds awful. That's gonna hurt me. Chain lightning is I will never use chain lightning unless I change. Chain lightning just murders everybody in Baldur's Gate, so I don't like it. And of course, I realize this is not Baldur's Gate, but still. Actually, I should probably check and stop being afraid of this. Let's see. That's the one. There it is. So how does that work? It jumps, as you'd expect, because that's how it is, but it is not faux targets. So it's just bad. It's just awful. Don't do that. I suppose it jumps to the nearest target, but it's just super unpredictable. Even in this game, they did it on purpose. It's so contextual. I mean, yeah, that works. It works better for a tabletop game. It just, like, it's funny because like, a spell like Chain Lightning works a lot better for a tabletop game because the GM will adapt the enemies to the, well, if they want to adapt the enemies, but a good GM will adapt the enemies. Oh, this is where the Huntress about the Kingfisher was talking about. Donning her bandolier, the Huntress set out from her village. She paused on a hill to survey the path ahead. And is this what we need? Or are we just collecting things? I'm not sure. Because, search the observatory. Yeah, maybe we're just collecting these things. I think I heard somebody laugh. Anyway, Chain Lightning, the GM is just gonna, you know, can adapt the circumstances to allow you to use your spell There it is. Your chain lightning spell. But the more important thing is because it's such an unpredictable spell. The okay. In tabletop, the GM absolutely can use, you know, not only can they let's see, there it is, charmed. Not only can a GM allow you to have an easier time using the chain lightning, but they can also make, okay, that's gonna be a tough one, isn't it? Should be fine. Let me bring something in here. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's bad news. Let's see what I can do about paralyzing you, sir. That didn't work, unfortunately. Okay, let's do that one then. I think that's gonna do stuns, though. That's 19 damage there. Not stunned. Paralyzed, frightened. Stunned. Okay, good. Get out.
I'd be glad to.
Good. But a good GM will also, you know, introduce randomness or use randomness to tell funny stories. Like, I say funny stories, but like, it's funny when you do unintentional, you know, when you mess around with a spellcaster and do unintentional damage to your teammates, because you're role playing. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, or you're gonna develop intra-party. That's the word. Intra-party storylines about rivalries and stuff. These guys are super tough. Why are they super tough? Seriously though, they are incredibly tough. Let's get some penetration up in here. Dire blessing for y'all. Let's do this. There we go. Cute. I think that does. Well, I should have looked. So I got -3 over there on the penetration. Yeah, that one is a lot easier. So there we go. Also, what is that one over there? Revives. Oh, that I have a revive. I must not forget about that. Also have summons. She's still casting this. Yep, there it is. Oh, she can't do that, obviously. Well, let's see. Maybe I can do it with this. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good spell to have. Let's go with this one. So what I mean is a spell that for tabletop, due to the GM shaping the challenge in favor of developing interesting storylines with the challenge, that some things don't work in video games. So I think that chain lightning is one of them. It's just super unpredictable.
It makes no difference.
And I would wonder, like for example, I never played. I never finished Baldur's Gate on... I honestly, I don't think I've ever finished any single RPG, even though I have tried on a couple of occasions to finish RPGs without reloading. The Iron Man mode or something, whatever, hardcore, depends on the game, they call it different things.
Still got it.
So I wonder, like for example, in Baldur's Gate, which is, you know, a famous game that has a lot of people try to do Iron Man modes and challenge runs and all that sort of stuff. I wonder if chain lightning is just a thing you don't do because it's super unpredictable. Like, I guess in no, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, they it's just jerks.
You were can do.
Okay, you're gonna stay there for a little bit because I'm gonna do this. Good stuff. That's the thing that I use sometimes. No, that's the better version of the thing that I use sometimes.
Yours to command, Captain.
Where is it? Is she the one that has it? Yes. Yes, that's that one over there. Yep, there it is. The health regenerates.
Nothing I can do.
Oh, there is. What? Okay, so who said that? There's nothing I can do. You have a -3 over there. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Let's compare it now. If we do a dire blessing, let's do it right there, and you are
absolutely
perfect.
Happy to oblige. Right.
Okay, and that is a -3 still. Okay, how about an empowered thing? How do you do empowered attacks? I don't remember. I think you must click over here or something. I think I learned it at one time. I think it's not gonna last forever. I don't know what he's casting.
Too slow.
What the heck's that? Was that a good spell? Didn't look like a good spell. And down he goes. Whoa. These guys are just super tough. And there were just 2 of them.
I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, we're good. Did we actually... are our injuries... No, not really. Our injuries are not, you know, too damaging. Okay, so I think the secret here is gonna be figuring that diorama out. Maybe. Okay. And going back to that conversation, Dungeons and Dragons, especially 3.0
A device.
and
A
forward,
mechanical aura, I say.
has a lot of those tiny abilities, in spellcastings anyway. The cantrips, for example, that are a lot easier to play and make a lot more sense to play or to do in a tabletop setting. Than they do in a video game. The cantrips are, you just have so many as a spellcaster. It just clutters your UI, and the benefits are usually so tiny that, yeah, like in a tabletop you can just, you know, play it because it's you're having fun playing, casting the smallest of spells. But in a video game you don't have fun casting a spell. You have fun seeing the objective of a spell come to fruition.
I'm here.
So
Certainly.
it's different. Okay, the last time I was in a place like this, and I'm pretty sure the parallelism. I don't know what he means. A mechanical aorta. Oh, I see what he means. A mechanical aorta. Aorta is the name of the planet, and that's what it is. And these are the moons. Oh, there's 4 of them. Okay, what the heck's going on then? Or is that supposed to be the sun? I mean, whatever. You can have the astrology that you need in astrology, astronomy. Which one is the science? Which one is the cult? I don't know. Anyway, the science bit. You can have whatever you want in your fantasy setting, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if if Aorta goes around the sun or the other way around. Anyway, what I mean is, the last time I was in a place like this, it was on the tower above that place in the capital of the first game, and I ruined everything. Yeah, except, excuse the hiccup, it was an Adra pillar sort of machine mixture thing, and not mechanical. And I think that is the... Are they trying to recreate Ingwithan things? Let's find out. You know, with gears.
Indeed.
It's kind of cool. The control mechanism of this orrery, which I think is like... That's a specifically magical thing. So, I don't know what that is. Is tarnished, the control is, the mechanism. Though recently oiled, some of the levers show signs of meddling. A plaque on the side bears the mark of a hand swiping to brush away dust. I'm gonna read the plaque. Bakarna, if you're reading this, you've forgotten again. You blasted your mind to bits trying to scribe Bakarna's clarity of thought. I'm sorry. This was not written by Bakarna, I would say. Never doubt yourself. Your years of research were well spent, even if no one called you Archmage. At the end of them, even if they laughed. I know you remember the legend of your favorite Huana constellation, the Huntress. Yeah, I have it with me. That might be the key for this thing then. Yeah, so I think there's only 5 Archmages, and 2 of them I healed already, so there you go. And another one is Archimir, the one we're using, or doing for. It's interesting that this, Bakarna's Clarity of Thought, is an actual spell. Well, I mean, it looks like it is an actual spell. Because he was trying to, they were trying to scribe it, which means making it into a scroll, I think, rather than actually figuring it out. I'm not sure if we have that, though, the clarity of thought. Anyway, let's continue. When you need a little confidence, set the coordinates of the Huntress and the target and the 3 stages of her tail into this orrery. You can do with half a brain. You can do more with half a brain than most competent wizards. So get back to work. Okay, let's examine the controls closely. The levers adjust a series of numbered dials which correspond to the altitude and azimuth of, actually an azimuth, maybe? Of celestial bodies. 4 sets of coordinates can be entered at once, which will spin the inner mechanism of the globe in a precise combination of turns. You pull on levers and enter... Don't do it randomly, I just wanted to see what happened. Anyway, you pull on levers and enter random numbers in the coordinates. When nothing happens, gears spin in the machine and reset the numbers to 0. When nothing happens, something happens. That's not how things work. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, the nothing in that. Okay, so we have these 3. So we have the Huntress over here. Donning her bandolier, the Huntress set out for her village. I don't think we can do anything here right now. Yeah, we can't do anything. Lovely.
Yes?
Either I'm missing a check, or I need to come over here to have a chat with Bakarna. Hi. Oh no, they are all... Oh my god, these mages. A skeletal figure clutches a scroll in both of his gnarled hands. His skin crinkles like old parchment, and with every movement pulls to the point of nearly tearing. He glances up, his eyes burning and severe in their intensity.
No. No! I watched you die, crushed under that castle. Your monument to hubris.
What little remains of his lips pulls back to reveal long, gumless teeth in a perpetual grimace.
Hey, it's our little skull. Oh, we thought we lost you. You've grown so much. A whole body now.
Dare? I don't know who... What?
Silence! I've suffered several lifetimes worth of your inane babble already.
I recognize the voice, but... It's console hot. Dang it! Okay, so I'm sorry, Bakarna. I thought that was Bakarna. Our little skull, yeah. Yeah, he was our skull in the first game. He had a body, though, there. Oh no, we're gonna need to find Castle Hot again. Oh, dang it. Castle Hot bares his teeth at the dare.
Again you interrupt my plans, and again I am forced to compensate.
He closes his fist around the scroll and shoves it away. I could have sworn I watched you die as well, but here we stand.
Whatever luck or intervention wrested you away from the beyond, I'll venture that it has limits.
His eyes narrow as he studies you.
My days of bouncing in your shadow or being jostled amongst spears and daggers are over. This is the end of our sordid companionship.
Let's not fight. We just want our little skull back. The rest you can keep.
You will keep your hands away from me, cur. Whatever beginner's luck won you the day at Cragholt has expired. Fate brought us here to correct its error. One such offense was inexcusable. Your very presence, an abomination.
You're one to talk.
I see we've already descended to petty jabs.
You started.
This should be over soon. If the Circle sent you to interrupt my research, I'll fashion a scarecrow of your remains to deter their next hapless victim.
The hapless victim is the correct term for what he makes of people in general. Arkemir sent me. I suppose we're after the same thing. The Torn Bannermen. Oh, wait. That's where I know that name from. They are the same ones that we fought in Cragholt. Why are they working for you now?
I'm sure that pig-headed Commander Bailerin is having a chuckle over the irony from whichever spoke of the great wheel he calls home. The Bannermen are loyal to a full purse, and my investments have paid off over several lifetimes.
How did you end up here anyway?
I had planned on taking vengeance by leveling your castle, but that sea-striding Ardra buffoon stole the opportunity out from under me. From there, it was the trivial work of dragging myself across the Deerwood toward a dock. One mouthful of soil at a time.
He rubs his jaw and winces.
Then I arrived in the Deadfire as any simpleton would, by boat.
What's your interest in this observatory?
That arcane upstart Bakarna might not have been as unhinged as we once assumed. The Circle discounted her theories about a deep well of power in the Deadfire. All that changed when I felt its pulse.
He closes his fingers as if to capture something ephemeral from the air.
Your presence tells me that the Circle has felt it too.
Archimir sent me. I suppose we're after the same thing then.
All a matter of perspective. The same thing, perhaps. But the Circle wants only knowledge. I desire the power it represents.
I wouldn't say Consulhot is a naive. He really comes across as the opposite of naive in the first game. He manipulates a lot, basically all the 4 of his subjects or apprentices in the first game. He tries to manipulate them. So I would say that sounds to me like he's being naive. Oh, they only want the knowledge. I wish that they only want the knowledge because they are pretty powerful. Yeah, but I don't think he's wrong. They must only want the knowledge. I hope so.
They are fools to delude themselves into thinking they want otherwise.
He snorts, issuing a dry rattle as something in him snaps loose and tumbles in the lifeless barrel of his sinus cavity. Well, I'm going to mount your skull on the astute as a figurehead.
You would have done better to submit and wilt under my power. The things I do to you will make that end seem a gift.
Grimacing, Consulhot raises his bony fingers and mutters an incantation under his breath. Okay. We didn't get an autosave though, unfortunately, but that's a small dialogue. I'm gonna fall back because that is gonna be a tough fight. It's okay, well, it's I don't think we're gonna be fast enough. Okay, let's send a deer back up. Don't go after him. Don't go after him. You jerk. Okay. This is gonna be super difficult. Okay. So, first things first. Dire Blessing on everybody. Everybody else back here. Actually, excuse me. I need to stop. And you need to do that on him. And then you are gonna buff. Buff properly. So, Dire Blessing here. We're gonna do Salvation of Time and stuff. So, I want this. No. Don't I have a buff? I do. Bark Skin. That's the one. Okay. Good. Maybe good. Yeah, that's good enough.
This thing isn't...
It's fine. Penumbra just cast it. Okay. Which is great because I'm pulling forward and I'm gonna paralyze them all if I can. You are now gonna cast the Garden. Let's do that. Shodi just did the Blessing, which is super great. I'm gonna do Champion's Boon. That's a friendly target. That's actually pretty good. Let's do that.
Can't get a clean
We
hit.
might be able to pull this off without going through the whole series of you're gonna be paralyzed right there of buffs, but we'll figure it out. That's pretty bad. What are you doing back here, you jerk? Takei, you idiot, Takei, what happened to you? Okay, Shodi just cast that, okay. Then Salvation of Time, is that one? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Triumph of the Crusaders, that's not something I want. This is definitely something I want.
Get a clean hit.
Adair is still holding good. Takeo has something happen to him. He's terrified. Oh well. Well, I think he might die. Let's try and do this. Takeo, you idiot. Okay, yeah, he's really taking a beating here. Oh, we got different soundtrack right now. Penumbra just, yeah, that sort of worked. Da-da-da. My god, that's fantastic. That's my favorite one. Oh no! Okay, yeah, I don't think we're gonna heal him now.
Hitting the water.
Or anyone for that matter. I think he's gonna die. He hasn't died yet. Come on, I need the Salvation of Time. Okay. Takeo, there's so many people around us. This is too difficult. Consulhot is a 2-skull? I mean, it's only feeding. Let's see. Hobbles and things, but we can't even focus. We're mostly just What the heck is that? Spiritual ally. No.
Can't get a clean hit.
Yeah, we're not even focusing damage. Because it's just yeah. Okay, let's try and heal you. Be fast about it if you can. Let's cast as many spells as we can. Sounds good. Let's go with that. No, Takeu's dead. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're out of time for the day, so let's prepare by sleeping and getting a little bit of a buff, because I think we can do this battle, but not today. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, ooh, that's the wrong thing, I did indeed save. Above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.